Hey, so what are we making today?
Ice cream!
Yeah, so we have a simple recipe for making ice cream without using a or you can use a mixer, but without using a ice cream machine, or without having to worry about any special like shaking of bags or anything like that. It's very simple. You just need a mixer. You can use a whisk. Your arm will probably get tired, but you can do it. Some heavy whipping cream and some condensed milk. I like to go with a ratio of about, looks like 1 quart to 2 cans. It makes quite a bit of ice cream, so you have a lot left over. And then that's just the base. You can add whatever flavors you want to it after that. Today we're going to be making chocolate chip mint ice cream. So we got some nice chocolate chips, some tiny ones just because it blends in better. And I'm using a peppermint essential oil for my peppermint flavoring. You can use any type of peppermint flavoring that you have. So we're going to go ahead and get started. You'll start, we're using a stand mixer. You can use whatever mixer you have. Let's go ahead and get started here. I have my assistant, Issa, here helping me. So we will let you get started. Can you pour this into the mixer for me?
Yes.
Okay. Just go ahead and pour it all in.
All?
All of it in there. And that should be good right there. Thank you. Put this in for now. And then we're going to turn this on. We're going to beat it until it basically becomes whipped cream. So it's going to form stiff peaks and things like that when we're doing it. So I'm not going to talk much while this is on because it's going to be hard to hear over the mixer. So just watch and it'll be ready in just a few seconds.
What is splashing on?
Well, let's take a look at this. It's starting to get a little bit thicker. You can see whenever I pull this up that it's not quite to stiff peak yet, but it is getting thicker. So we're going to let that go for just probably another 1 or 2 minutes longer. My splash guard's not working very well. But we're going to let that go for just a little bit longer and make some whipped cream, and then we'll get started with the rest of it. I just wanted to open everything real quick. So here we go. Okay, so if you look in here, you see we now have whipped cream consistency. It's going to be nice, stiff peaks. Keeps its form whenever you do it.
Can I taste it?
Good thing about, it doesn't taste good yet, it's just whipped cream. But the good thing about doing it this way is you can add all your flavors in later. Yeah, you can taste it. It's just going to taste like whipped cream. And when you're making this at home, you can taste it along the way, which is pretty nice. So now we're going to add these into this. And you're just going to, you don't want to overbeat it once you add this in, because it's going to cause all of your air that you put in it to go down. So you want to slowly add it in there while it's running slowly, okay? So we'll turn this back on just a little bit, on low, just so it can keep mixing while we're in there. Go ahead and start pouring that, and we may have to use some of this to scoop it out. Okay. See it? Just want to get all of it out of there into the container. Okay, go ahead and add the other one.
And then it's gonna have some more help.
Yep. Okay. You see this? Let me make sure I get all of it out of there. All of it out of the can. There we go.
And then after you're done,
What do we do after we're done with that? What do you think?
can I please eat that off?
Maybe in a little bit. So we're going to turn this up just a little bit just to make sure it gets mixed around really well. And then we'll start adding in the other ingredients too, okay? So let's turn this up a little bit. And I just want to take this and make sure there's nothing really stuck to the wall of it that's not mixed in well, because then you'll get some that is just super condensed milk and it won't be as mixed thoroughly. So
Daddy,
just kind of run that around. You can taste it.
Can
Good.
I
No, I know. You can taste it though. We'll have another flavor check. Is it good? Okay. So now that is the base, the simple base of the ice cream. At this point, you can add whatever flavors you want to it. Like I said, we're doing mint chocolate chip today. You can do chocolate, you can do strawberry, you can add in fresh strawberries, bananas, whatever you want to do. You can add it in at this point. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and add in some chocolate chips. Let me get it started slow again.
I want chips.
Can you pour those in for me?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll pour some in.
Well, let's not pour all of them in. Just pour it in a couple at a time so we don't have it all just clumped together. Okay, go ahead and add a little bit more. We're going to try to add about half of that bag, probably, okay?
Okay.
Slowly add it in. We're keeping the mixer going on slow while it's doing it, so that way it kind of disperses it throughout this. Okay. Okay, I think that might be good. Now at this point you don't want to mix too much because you will cause all of your chocolate chips to settle to the bottom. And we want it evenly dispersed.
Can I eat one of
You
these?
can eat a chocolate chip. And so next we want to add the peppermint extract, which I'm just using a simple essential oil for our mixture. So you don't want to do too many, probably about 4, maybe 5 drops of this for my entire batch. I usually sometimes go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops, I got 6. That's fine. So now, this is super strong, super potent, so that's why we only do like 6 drops. And we'll turn this up a little bit, let it get mixed. Okay. Somebody's eating all my chocolate chips, but that's okay. Now, you'll simply need some sort of dish that can go in the freezer. I've got a small little Pyrex type dish that we're going to pour it into. And it's really simple. You just simply pour it in there and stick it in your freezer for overnight. Let it sit there, and then it should be ready the next morning. You don't have to worry about stirring it. You don't have to worry about turning it because you've already added the air into the mixture when you made the whipped cream. So we're going to go ahead and take this off and pour it into this container. Mixer thingy back here. Here, leave a little bit in the bowl for my helper to lick out. I may have filled this a little bit full, but kind of spread it around so it's even all over. And then we just put that in the refrigerator, in the freezer for a couple hours. I like to leave it overnight. It hardens up and you have nice soft serve ice cream the next day.